Taking the convo to high levels. Comment, like, and subscribe if you're enjoying Durable Minds Radio.
Yo, what's the deal with Memphis,
Yo,
man?
hello,
What's the
man. I want to
deal?
turn my camera off, man. I'm looking at the roof, man. I'm gonna turn my camera off.
Okay, it's all good. What's on
Yeah,
your
what's good with
mind,
you, bro?
man?
How you doing?
Chilling. What's good with you?
I'm good, man. That was my video you posted about the 304 with Trick Jet. My little partner sent it to me. I was laughing though. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for posting it. But in your opinion, I'm gonna ask you though. Do you feel like that's tricky?
Okay. Oh, so you the one that said the investing, right?
Yeah, this me, bro. This me. Yo.
Okay. So, it's all about your intent,
Yeah.
right? It's all about your intent, right? So, if you're, if the female is doing bad or she's looking for help, and you're thinking, okay, boom, I got the funds to help the situation or to invest the situation. What is you trying to accomplish within doing that? Are you trying to get the female to like you? Are you trying to get the female to start fucking with you?
Nah, see, that's not the primary tip because before I did that, she was fucking with me anyway. You know, like my girl right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't no pimp. I ain't none of that. I ain't none of that. But I respect y'all, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from Memphis. So I respect it. Um, so, like, the young lady I'm with right now, bro, she done did for me before I even did for her. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, if she down on bad terms and I have it, I love my bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to happen. You
Well,
see what I'm
is
saying?
the female in the square world?
Yeah, she a squirt. She a fool. I don't fuck with hoes. I leave it to pimps. I ain't got no business trying to fuck around with a hoe, bro. This for y'all. Unless I,
Well, yeah.
I
Well,
just
that
feel.
that's the thing. Like, so, well, if you want, I don't see a man that wants to spend his money on a female to help her that's in the square world. I don't see that necessarily as tricking. Right now, you can get played at the end of the day. You can,
Yeah.
that's where it kind of goes into a simp category, not really a trick category. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You just gotta understand what you dealing with. But like I said, bro, I respect your platform. I just find it odd that I don't know why nigga regular dudes can't accept that, bro. You're not a pimp. You're a regular dude, bro. So why you trying to operate by y'all rules? You know what I don't be understanding it, but this just be me.
What it be is, and this is a good. I appreciate you coming up and being honest, because what it is the dudes, they want to deal with 304s. They want to deal with hoes. The square men, the ones that know they're not pimps, but they still want to try to break a female. They still want to get money out of a female, right?
Yeah.
So that's their approach. They think that's the key, right? So that's why they still dibble and dabble to where now, if they do got their money right, they still want to have that image. So now they might spend some money, oh, I'm gonna buy her an outfit. I'm gonna tell her she could get this in 30 days. And even if she don't make the money, he got money to still accomplish whatever he said. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To
yeah,
where now
yeah.
it becomes that gray area, to where now men like yourself, to where you're like, man, you feel me? A female feeling me, she already, shows she's loyal to me in whatever way you want to frame it, to where now I feel comfortable enough to helping her little situation out. That's different, but you put yourself in that gray category because so many men are trying to deal with 304s that are not pimps.
Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand dudes. What's wrong with but like I say, I respect pimps because I'm from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? I know dudes who profess it, but the same that ain't my lane, bro. I ain't got no business trying to fuck around with no hoe. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not trying to trick her, because I'm damn sure ain't trying to pimp her. Me personally, I ain't got the heart to send a bitch in the hotel. I ain't got
Well,
the
what
heart
what
to.
about what about a hoe that comes to you and saying she's trying to get out the game?
Nah, she need to be with a pimp, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not
No,
that I
she's
can't.
trying to get out the game. She don't want it.
I
She don't
still,
want to be a hoe no more.
I still wouldn't do it.
Why not?
Cause I just can't accept her mentality, bro. This not no. What's their mentality
Damn.
there?
So you think? So what's wrong with the hoes mentality? The mind.
Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing. I think it's a phenomenal thing, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with the whole mentality, but I just feel like, bro, like she need to be with a nigga who was once in that lifestyle, cause they can relate to each other even more. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
But
so she need to be with a ex pimp. Her
yeah, she
ex
need to be
hoe
with
need
an
to
ex
be with an
pimp, bro.
ex
You know.
pimp.
Yeah, she need to be with an ex pimp. She ain't got no business trying to fuck me, and I ain't got no business trying to fuck her. She need to stay with her in line. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even finna play them
he
type of part. I
said.
ain't even finna play
He
them
said,
type
"I'm
of
gonna go
games.
tell her. Oh, you want to retire? Well, you need to go get with a retired
Yeah,
pimp,
I help her
baby."
though, bro. Like, yeah, you need to go be with a pimp. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that she's nasty or nothing like that. It's just like, bro, that ain't my speed, gang. I ain't finna be going. Hell no.
Well, yeah, man. That's all I meant, man. And when you threw the trick, you're like, oh, I'm not gonna be paying for it. You're putting. That's why I said it's a gray area. If you would have probably left that out, I probably would have never even fucked with you. I mean, not fuck with you, but even
Yeah, for sure.
because I thought it was more game related. I mean, I'm thinking you're dealing with the 304 type female because you was like, I've never, you feel me? I would never, you feel me? Basically trick off type shit. So I was like, okay, well, are you trying to come with a different approach to the 304 females? Like, oh, once she, befriends me and shows that she's fucking with me, I might help the 304 female with some dividends.
Yeah, but and I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it honest with you, bro. And I ain't trying to talk your ear off, man. My bad.
No, you good. You good. This
Yeah,
is a
like
broadcast. This is what it's for.
yeah, like well, I'm from Memphis, bro. 304s come in my inbox all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's because I dress well and the way that I present myself. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm young. I got things going on for myself, and they be thinking that I'm a pimp. I be like, nah, bro. You need to go find you a pimp. I'm not trying to get in no pimp way. I ain't trying to get no pimp line. Like they need to find them a pimp. But this the thing though. I be like, these bitches so easily deceived. They'll think a square. They'll think a nigga like me a pimp because the way them hoes go off images, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying, but ain't nothing wrong with a 304, and ain't nothing wrong with a pimp. You know what I'm saying? I just understand my lane, man. I ain't trying to step on nobody's lane. This y'all do that.
So what's your take on the trick man?
A trick. It just depends. You know what I'm saying? Cause some niggas gotta pay. You see what I'm saying? I don't see nothing wrong with tricking because some niggas they gotta pay. Me personally, I ain't tricking though. I just can't.
Well, okay, so what do you feel about the poly man?
The poly.
Yeah.
Uh, I ain't never thought about that, bro. I don't think that this is necessary.
Let me ask you
Me
this.
personally, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
say this,
Go ahead.
and
I'm
I
gonna
ain't
ask you
saying
a
this.
question after. Go ahead.
My bad. Me personally, I ain't saying this because we on the live in this piece. I always say this, bro. If you're not a pimp, it's something that you're doing that's a form of tricking. That's just what it is, bro. If you don't get up every day, this is the truth, gang. I don't know why niggas can't accept it. If you're not a pimp, something that you're doing, you might not be deliberately doing it, but something that you're doing, bro, it's a form of slightly tricking in there. You might not be deliberately playing, but it's a
Okay, but now you could say if he is deliberately planning it, then he's not a trick then, right? If he knows what he's doing, then that's not being a trick, right? Like just for some tricks, they know they are tricks and they cool with being tricks. And that's a man characteristic, right? They understand themselves very clear, right? So it's not necessarily a trick is a negative thing. It's just some tricks you got that understand their tricks, some tricks want to be secret tricks or whatnot. Let me ask you this though.
okay.
Let's say the female that you're in a relationship right now, she wanted to make a OnlyFans account. What would you do with that? What would you deal with her still, or would you not?
Yeah, I still deal with it, but cause I work with the camera and stuff like that. I still deal with it, but at the same time though, I understand how this shit can go. You know what I'm saying? She get up in this shit, and I wouldn't be mad though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I deal with it on the OnlyFans level, but she want to start seeing niggas and want to start seeing tricks, meeting up with tricks. I'm out of it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still gonna love and respect her, but I'm not putting my hand on her bullshit.
Okay, so listen, okay, I see where we're going. So let's say your girl, she out clubbing with her homegirls, right?
Hmm.
And some gentleman comes up to her and be like, man, I would love to pay for your time, right? She doesn't react on it. She doesn't do anything. She comes back and tells you, right? What would you tell her?
If you want to sleep with that man and he pay for your time, you need to understand that one thing. I can't. It's not that I'm disgusted that you're doing it, but it's like I don't want to make her feel used. Like I don't want to. I don't like stepping on other niggas' lane. You see what I'm saying? Like this, my girl. You a hoe at that point, so you need to go be with a pimp. Because you're gonna
Okay, let
keep
me know
on wanting to
something
do
then.
it.
Let me know something then.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like I don't want to step on no nutty nigga lane. You see what I'm saying? So I'm
You
be like,
wanna
bro.
if you wanna deal with if you wanna jump in that lane, you gotta do it the right
Yeah,
way,
go be
huh?
with a pimp, and I ain't gonna go get me another square ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. You don't have no business trying to be with a regular dude, and I don't like to class myself as regular, like a nigga that ain't on that type of lifestyle. Don't try to turn no nigga like that. You see what I'm saying? Cause that's how niggas go to jail. That's how you end up heartbreaking. Cause this niggas never
Mm-hmm.
was that in the fucking first place. You had no business
Mm-hmm.
doing like me. They gonna look at peas like you bad because a nigga like me tried to infiltrate. No, bro, it's just too much. Just go
And
be
you
with a
know what I
pimp.
get out talking to you, Memphis? I get that when you post that today, because the ones that's in here, this is the gentleman that did his thing. Give him a shout out. Go follow him. I don't know. You want to give your TikTok a shout out, man. You want to do all your thing. But what thing I get out of you is that when you have conversations, hopefully with females, you get a true understanding of who they are and they get an understanding of who you are, right? To where whatever investments that you're going in, I think you're going in it confidently that you're doing the right thing. That's the energy I get from you, man, when I talk to you. But I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming up, man. We're going to keep it moving.
I
And
bet.
like I
Appreciate you,
said,
bro.
man, y'all go give Memphis a follow, man. He on the reels. And now that he comes up, I don't want y'all to think that he was thinking in a trick mindset, right? He was actually thinking in the man's mindset, to where the man that truly understands himself, if he's in the financial situation to help a female that truly is loyal to him, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with doing that. And hey, I can't argue that point, right? But let's move right along. Let's see if we get some new people. And like the ones that's in here, if you missed these playbacks on the lives, because I've been going live for about a good 5 months now, go check it out on the YouTube channel, Durable Minds Radio. The link is in the bio, man. Once you go over there, hit the subscribe button one time. If I send you guys an invite, that doesn't mean run out the live, man. That means come up and chit chat with me if you want. Let's ask some questions in the comments. So all squares are tricks. Then we all squares and tricks each other by what? What you say, Strawberry? Let me see. Let me see if I could read it. If I could break down what you mean. Why you say the bye part at the end? Why we gotta say bye? You thought you dropped the mic right there or something? So all squares are tricks. Then we all squares and tricking each other by what? No, Strawberry. Once you become a pimp and a hoe, you're no longer a square. You know what I'm saying? Only squares can be tricks. Because after they're done tricking, where do they go? They go back into the square world, right? Now, Strawberry, if you're a female and you're in the lifestyle or you've dealt with tricks, how many of those tricks are husbands and boyfriends? That means when they're done tricking, they go back in the square world. The pimping hoe, once they're done, well, the pimping ain't never done, right? But once the hoe is done, you know, hoeing, she goes back and be with the pimping. She doesn't go back and be with a nigga or her boyfriend, so she doesn't never go back into the square world either. You know, Miss Strawberry? So bye to that. Bye to that. Most. Now you ask yourself that one that, you know, let's say, what is it, 5% of males that are square man and don't trick, where do they lean more to? Do they lean more to a trick or they lean more to a pimp? You know? Do they lean more to the tricking or do they lean more to the pimping? Who we got up here? They be making these quick accounts. JK Lip Cap, they just be making these accounts. Well, who we got up in here? What we call you, man? Cap?
No, I'm real. I got a question though. Can we not do both?
What do you mean? What's your question?
Can you not live a square life and have a P?
Why would you want to?
Why would I want to? To better my, I mean,
Like what?
earlier
Like
on the
what do you mean a
call,
square life? Like having a job and a pimp?
yeah,
Then why not just have the job?
more money. Why not do both? Why would not be a go-getter?
Well, which one are you going to take serious?
Can't take both serious.
I mean, can you really?
I mean, yeah, you can have two jobs at one time. So yeah.
Right, two jobs. When people have two jobs at one time, it's because they're behind and they're trying to, you know, catch up or survive, right? But really, reality, if you come in this lifestyle and you take it seriously and you take it for what it truly is, then you're gonna want to keep growing within it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's challenges in the road and responsibility comes and you need income, now that's one thing, right? But if you're a female in the lifestyle and you need income, then that means you just got to go harder in the lifestyle that you chose and not create it to where it's a hustle and now you have a 9 to 5 in a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to kind of get it into where you going tough, and then sometimes a lot of the females they don't choose. They think they could do it on their own, or they think they're going to choose and make a pimp and have a boyfriend pimp to where they're still basically doing it on their own because that's their source of income, to
Mm-hmm.
where now that pressure gets onto them. But reality is, if the lady just understood to take the lifestyle seriously and let the pimp man really be the pimp man, then things can happen to where once you take it seriously and he takes it seriously, it starts growing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense.
So do you have a situation or no? You juggling both the
I
job
already,
and
yeah, I
tricks.
already talked to you.
Oh yeah, what did we talk about?
That,
What, having both job and the tricks?
yeah.
Uh, I mean, listen, you're so do you still want to have a pimp and keep your job? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, you told me I never had one, so
Well, you said you have a job. I don't
I
remember the
have a job. You
conversation.
told me I never had a pee. We
Okay, but
talked
I'm saying
earlier, but just not on this page. I had to
right, right.
jump
I'm
pages
moving
real quick.
forward. Moving forward, do you
Mm-hmm.
think like, oh, I want to have a P, but I don't want to lose my job? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I'm juggling between both.
And you know why that is, right?
Why?
It's
Tell me why.
because you don't take your hoeing seriously. So you know the structure it comes to be with a pimp. You know the pressure and all of that, and you're not ready to put yourself up for the test. So now it's like, okay, I still want that little bit of structure, but it's like shit. If if it ain't, if he might, I might be the only girl, or I might not be making that much money in this lifestyle. So I need to make sure, or because you probably got responsibilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you want to make sure everything is safe and copacetic with those responsibilities. So sometimes you want to stack your money up first, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to. And then, get with the pimp, man, if that's really what you want to deal with, because you deal with tricks. What's going on with TTG, man?
Hey,
No, I had a question for the female.
can
Go
I ask
ahead.
a question though before you ask me? You said stack my money up. What do you mean by like
Well,
stack my money up regularly or what?
I mean, I guess get as many checks you can and stack them up and then quit that motherfucker and then go choose a pimp. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what I'm saying. I mean, reality is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead, ask your question, TTG, and then we're gonna keep it. We're gonna slow roll it. Don't worry.
So my question to you is, are you not taking the whole serious? Do you not believe in yourself or believe in the nigga that you fucking with, and the job feel more safer just in case the horn don't fall through? You got that check to rely on. Like, what
I
got you
would
on the fence?
um my kids. I'm a full time mom. Like I really don't have help with my kids, so it's that. So it's like when I do have help, that's when I pop out. You know.
Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, yeah. So I don't mean,
So the
um,
horn is just basically to make the ends meet type shit.
no, I mean I can pay my own bills with my square job. I just like money. I like nice things.
Well, this is my prediction, right?
Hmm.
It's that she was introduced to the game as a young lady, so as time keeps growing, she's like, well, shit, I can make some money on the end, because most of these motherfuckers is tricks anyway, type shit. So that's the mindset she has. But now,
I
as
want
she's getting
love.
older, she's like, well, fuck, I want to have a man that truly understands me, and she understands the pimp man is that, but she has the responsibilities. That's why I say stack your bread, put everything in order that you need to, stack your bread, get a babysitter lined up, know what because you know what you have to do. It's just doing it.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We can talk in circles about it, but I think you're intelligent enough to understand life enough, and really understand what you got to do to put yourself in position to where you can have a pimp, and you can, make your little dough, busting your moves, and everything that your responsibility is taken care of still. It's a big step, but it's possible.
So what, like, I hear what you're saying, but in my mind, it's like it's a lack of belief somewhere in the mix of the things. You feel what I'm saying? Because a good pimp gonna take care of everything. You know what I mean? When you fucking with some good folks,
I mean,
it
no,
take a lot of responsibility off your shoulder, a lot of thinking, a lot of that shit. You don't got too much to worry about. You know what I mean? So it's somewhere. It's like you don't really trust this, you don't trust that. So I'm gonna go with the safe side. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's a trust thing with her. I think it's a responsibility thing with her. I think she understands with dealing with a pimp, you got to give up your time, and within giving up her time, she's not going to be solidified or stable enough within her responsibilities at the household. So I don't think it's just she. I could be wrong. You could be right too, though. P. It could be she don't trust the pimping. You know,
I
No,
mean,
whatever
you
the
it not
case may
even
you
be.
it's
understand me.
herself
You
too
get
at the
me.
same in the same aspect. Because when
But
you put all
sometimes
your
hoes understand the pimp ain't trying to deal like okay, I trust you, but at the same time, I don't want to just throw everything on this man and then he has to figure it out. And then let's say, pimping is pimping too hard to where he ain't really worried about figuring it out to where now she's obligated to have to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
And I had to. I had to figure
Right,
shit
because
out.
she could put all her marbles in one basket, and hopefully the pimping, really has the patience and the time, and he ain't got other female, whatever, and all that type of shit. But reality is, she understands the true essence of the lifestyle to where she's like, well, fuck. That's why I'm telling her put her big girl panties on and put herself in that position to where now over time, yeah, pimping's gonna understand just like TTG saying, and she knows that, but she's established enough to where pimping, she's allowing pimping to have the patience enough to get her right. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's just how I look at it. And it's a lot of females in that situation. They just don't want to put their big girl panties on and get themselves in that position.
I mean, I respect the decision
Facts.
as a mother. You know what I mean? Because shit, them babies come first. So
Not
I
your second
definitely
opinion. Hell, I agree. He said, "Why you at that job? Could you be missing out on $1 million trick?" That's facts.
Right. But at that job, it aligns with the kids going to school.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So that school is the babysitter, right? Now she could go
Mm-hmm.
try to hit that $1 million trick within them 6 hours, and then come up short for the rent and the food for the kids, or she could use that 6 hours and go clock in. You get what I'm saying? And now on her free time when she might got a little babysitter, go try to hit for that $1 million trick. You get what I'm saying? It turns
I
into a hustle.
and this is the smart. Like I feel like that's so smart. I feel like that shit makes sense.
Well, it
I
makes
could be
sense for a single mom that understands what a trick is for sure. It's gonna
yeah,
make
for
sense for
definitely
that.
for a single mom.
That's response that's being a smart. It makes sense because it's smart. You know what I mean? It's putting your ego, it's putting all of the glamour and glitter aside, and you're being a responsible parent.
yeah.
That's
And
why it makes sense.
that's what I do respect about it. You know what I mean? So the choice she make, it ain't out of spite of a pimp or the
What I would
lifestyle or whatever
respect
the case
more,
may
what
be.
the pimping would respect more is okay if you got that, and I get it. It gets hard. Uh, establish yourself to put money aside for opening up more time to transition into trying to hit the big lick. You get what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
if you got a career job and you're getting a decent number a year, I mean that's cool too. Then you can hang up dealing with the trick and stack your bread up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one or the other though, or you can keep juggling and live your life. It's whatever.
Yeah. It's my life. I get it. Yeah.
You will see some pimps that if they're
Yeah.
established enough and they understand and you want to keep your little job. I wouldn't say he wasn't dealing with a pimp. I mean, you wouldn't be dealing with a pimp if he want to break you for your little square dollars and your
I
little
mean,
social your little
he
weekend
would be a
warrior
hoe
hoeing
hustler at that
dollars.
point.
Yeah. I feel like
Because
that's not right.
in the interview, a nigga gon' some good game. He gonna weigh all the pros and cons, and he gonna keep it 100. Like, nah, that's not something I want to deal with. You know what I mean? Now, if this is something a nigga want to deal with, then he's gonna take on all that responsibility, and it ain't gonna be a burden. So it all comes down to the nigga that you choose to at the same time. But you know what I mean? But like I said, you can come across a whole hustler who just want to get the little couple dollars and shake on you and the kids type shit though. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand your position. You know what I mean?
Free that
I definitely
man.
understand it.
Man, I'm trying to turn that motherfucker off. It's
Free
off now,
him.
Bear? Yeah, that
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
motherfucker off now. Yeah,
She doesn't want her kids depending on P.
Okay. So
She doesn't want her kids depending on P. She
um,
cool with that, but not for her kids. Huh?
you talk about my comment, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's you? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so first off, I feel like what Bear said, honey, like, cause you ain't the only person that like feel like that far as some game, like you feel me. But my comment basically was just from what I gathered, right? It just seemed like you cool. Like first, before I say what I'm gonna say, like how long you been in the game, if you don't mind me asking, before the kids.
Yeah.
So you done had like situations with like wifeys and all that type of stuff. Like you been in the game before the kids for a minute.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I just feel like with my experience with most women that's like over 25 that's in the game, they get to worrying about their security when they have a baby because it's like the like folks like Brett said, pimping could be pimping too hard, and some P's don't got tolerance for certain stuff, and it's gonna be like one done, two done, you done. I'm done fucking with you, and now you got to start all the way over again. So from my like listening to the story, it's probably like, nah, you would be cool with that, but not for your kids.
Hmm.
So my question, that was my question. Like when you was talking about everything, I was just curious to know like how long you've been in the game and shit and why you felt that way. But it makes sense. You've been in the game for a minute. So you didn't have folks, you didn't have situations, you didn't like kind of experienced a lot of it. And now you just trying to get your security right. Like what you hustling towards though? Like, cause you in both worlds. So like, what is it to like hold to get like a retire on your career or to like do your career and just retire and just do whatever the fuck you want to do?
You know,
Um,
oh,
I'm sorry. What were you about to say?
go ahead. If you want to answer it, go ahead. It's going in and out. Somebody's going in and out.
Nah, I can hear you. It ain't me.
Oh, she was going in and out.
Yeah, not cause
I wanted to present the broadcaster question, right? And we all kind of get an understanding of the situation, right? But this is what I thought about with her situation. When a female, let's say in her situation, right?
yeah.
Now, how do y'all take if a female is talking to multiple pimps, trying to figure out which situation is best for her because yeah, she has a lot of responsibility, so therefore she has to make sure because it comes with a fee. So it's like, well, shit, am I gonna go all in on this situation but not really know it's legit, or should they be able to talk to multiple P's to figure it out?
If they being clear about they what they want to do, but they undecided.
Right, like now, like I'm saying, like let's say she was talking to you and she was like, you know what, I'm talking to you, but I'm also talking to a couple other gentlemen. How would you take that?
Feel me? Like hit me when you ready. Like
Okay, so yeah, so you're saying like it's fair game. It ain't nothing wrong with that.
nah, because you know, like I'm older, you older, brother. So like you know when the gang when the female is not her mind not as mature with her hoeing, she gonna be trying to figure out what she want, and that's when it come to talking to a lot of, you feel me? Because a lot of women that's been in the game, they gonna know exactly what they want, just like folks gonna know exactly what he dealing with and what he want and what he don't want. You feel me? So I just feel like
Hmm.
it's on the level that they at that moment in time. You feel me? Because some dudes might be tripping and feel like she out of pocket, like she not really out of pocket, but she undecided on where she want to go because she probably really do take her hoe in serious. If she coming with some money, you feel me? I wouldn't want no broad to just like, you know what I mean? It would be sus because I don't even know where you came from.
Right. That's why I think I'm gonna have to jump on this topic either late tonight or tomorrow
You feel me,
because
bro? Like, where did you come from? Like, how you been in the game? You just popped up with some cheese and you just want to pay me? Like, nah, we're like, what just happened with you? Like, where you just come from? You feel me? Like, what just happened? You feel
right,
me?
right. Well, let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna bring you back if I get her back up here, P. I'm gonna bring you back if I get her back up here. But then that's borderline P hustling. Well, I don't necessarily look at it like P hustling, right? It all depends on how that pimp takes it, right? Now, if she's like, using the pimp and not really letting them know, like, look, I'm still shopping around, or if she lets him know she's shopping around, and the pimp is trying to do the most to win the shopping spree or whatever the case may be, then that's a little different, right? I look at it like, man, the females, they should have the comfortability to know that they can shop around because then they might be more motivated to want to choose to have a pimp when they have responsibilities, like example of the female that was just up here, right? As if they're like, oh, no, you're trying to hustle me or you're trying to do that. Then there's not really being a sense of understanding how the life is, right? To where now, if she knows, okay, pimping gonna understand, like I'm trying to just do this and do that, they might have a sense of more seriously behind it. I could be totally wrong with this theory, right? This is just an educated guess. You know what I'm saying, man? But I just be trying to look at it in an educational way, in a philosophy to where breaking the code is possible. You know what I'm saying?
He thought he had control, thought he knew the code, but the game hit different when you ain't been on that road. He thought he had to pick, whole time he the lick, talking like a boss, but he funding every trip. Welcome to the story where perception don't stick, where a player get exposed as the